Hey guys. Oh my gosh, sorry. I'm trying to wear her without freaking her out. And I was about to take her out, but I figured if I did, she would wake up and start screaming her face off. So I didn't want to do that. So I'm going to try and get through this without, oh, look at that. She's awake. Awesome. So hopefully she doesn't scream. Side note, I am sorry for this. It's been a crazy day. So first, full live session, I'm super excited. We're going to talk about mom guilt. And I love the fact that you guys were all commenting on the post right before we went live here just about mom guilt and kind of what kind of trips that trigger, I guess, for you guys most. I'll have to apologize. I don't remember everybody's names, but I was reading one and she had said that her daughter had fell down and scraped her knee and reopened a scab and it started bleeding and she wasn't aware, but she went home and realized, that she maybe should have given it a little bit more attention, and her daughter's now 13 and she still holds herself accountable for that. So I thought it was interesting how that kind of carries with you for years. And it's such a strong emotion, I think, for us moms. And I don't want to say that dads don't feel it too, but I asked my husband last night what he thought mom guilt was. And he goes, well, I don't know, if you go to the bar. And I honestly laughed out loud because I maybe go out once a quarter, if that. So if that was all mom guilt was, I would be in seventh heaven and never feel bad about the choices that I make. But I asked him, do you ever feel dad guilt? Is that a thing for guys? And he just shook his head no, I don't have that emotion. So I'm sure there's dads out there that have it, but my husband just isn't one of them. So that's okay, I guess. I think I carry enough for the both of us. I'm constantly questioning, if I'm doing everything that I can to make my kids happy. And I think that that's part of, I don't want to say that's part of a problem, I guess, but I feel like we just kind of live in this society that we're on Facebook and we see all the fun things that everybody else is doing, and we feel like we need to give our kids those same experiences. And maybe that's not always the reality of their lives, I guess. I put on Facebook, I guess just this weekend, that I took the kids camping, but I didn't showcase the meltdowns from the bugs or her telling me, but mom, I told you I wanted to do this, and all the not fun moments. So I think it's just kind of important for us to keep those in mind, that, it's not always rainbows and unicorns. But as I was kind of thinking about the whole topic of what kind of triggers my guilt, and I think it's basically anything that doesn't directly give my kids immediate gratification. So I work from home. I do PR and marketing for a software company, but I'm able to work from home, which is great. But I also work from home. My oldest daughter, who is 3, doesn't really understand that I'm home, I'm at my computer, I have to get work done. And so she's always asking, can I play Barbies, or let's play hide and seek, or can we go to the park? Is it summer? Can we go to the pool? And all of that stuff. And I would love to do nothing more with her than just sit down and play all day, or go to the park, or let's go to the pool and let's do all of that super fun stuff. But the reality is I can't take that time every single day to make sure that she gets some kind of attention, all day, every day. There's absolutely times where I'm up at 5 a.m. and I'm working for 4 hours before she gets up in the morning. That way we can, in the middle of the afternoon, go for a walk and go to the park and just kind of make a day of it. But then I also have this feeling in the back of my mind where it's this also isn't good for her either. She needs to be able to entertain herself. Of course, that doesn't mean 8 hours a day when I'm working, but she does have to have that capacity too. So it's trying to find this balance, and I'm always kind of questioning what that balance is and if I'm doing it right. And sometimes I feel like I did a great job one day, and the next day she's half naked eating mac and cheese for breakfast. I mean, that's just kind of life, I think. So as far as, who is watching, I guess I just want to know if there's certain things that you guys experience on a daily basis, or maybe not even daily, but on the weekends or at nights, that might trigger some of that mom guilt for you. Like I said, so I'm working all day, and I'm able to take a few breaks throughout the day to try and, spend time with her, whether it's color a picture together or play with Play-Doh or whatever, but those are like 20-minute increments, and then it's like, okay, I got to get back to work. But then at night, it's still getting supper ready, and at some point, we still want our time too. So I feel like throughout the day, I haven't spent enough time with her. And then at night, it's kind of like, can I just sit down for like 30 minutes without playing Barbies? But then I feel super guilty about doing that, because it's like, well, I could wait to have my me time until she goes to bed. But then I have this baby who doesn't go to bed till about 10. So then by like maybe 10 o'clock, maybe I get like a half an hour, and then I'm just drained and I want to go to bed. So it's those constants of like finding that balance of self-care, because when I do get an hour to myself, I have so much more patience with both kids, because I'm not constantly running on empty, and trying to find that balance is equally hard though. Especially there was someone had commented on, I don't remember if it was a picture or what, but they were talking about single parenthood, and how people that have a partner are, I wouldn't say easier off, but they have at least some kind of outlet. So if I look at Jason and like have this, I'm going to lose my shit mind, look on my face, like he's able to step up and he's able to help. But some people don't have that. So I would love to hear from anyone, whether you're married and your spouse just travels a lot, or maybe they're active military and they aren't home, they're on deployment, or whatever that may look like. I mean, it's not just people that are complete single parents, but I think at times we can still feel like we are completely alone, which isn't healthy, and it's hard. It's almost like we have this feeling of, I don't want to ask for help because I'm the mom and I should be able to take care of it, but at some point, you have to refill your own cup too, and making sure that we have time for that. So I think that's going to be another thing that we talk about, is just self-care and the importance of it, and what people do for self-care, and just kind of throw out different suggestions, because what I may do may be totally different than what other people may do. And side note, I feel like I might be making you guys like motion sick here, but at least she's back to sleep. Okay, sorry, I'm going to stand still. But I think it's just important that we share ideas. And that's a whole part of this, is to make that community and share our experiences and what we do to maintain some level of sanity throughout the day. There's moms that work out of the home, and then they have that mom guilt coming home at night and making dinner, and they want a break too. Maybe they had a long day and they just want to sit and relax for 30 minutes, but they feel like they need to entertain their children and play with them. And of course they want to do that, but it still makes it hard, because they're tired too. And I think that a lot of kids don't understand that, and I would never expect them to, because they don't, especially, I guess I'm primarily thinking about my two little kids, but she doesn't understand, that mom's tired or that mom needs a break. And so that's why I started telling her, like, mom needs a timeout. I'm just going to go sit outside for a little bit. And I'll just go sit on the deck. And she's like, peeking through the window. And I'm like, what are you doing? And she goes, well, how long is your timeout? When are you going to be back inside? And it's just like, dude, can I get like a minute? I just need a minute of quiet time. And so she'll still sit there quietly, at least, and just peer through the window. And I'm just like, okay, you're really cute and you just want to be with me. And so I'll go back inside, so I feel guilty because I'm taking 10 minutes to just go sit on the deck and like breathe because that's what I need to do. But to her, it's like, no, mom needs to be inside and this is what she should be doing. So it's just it's trying to find that balance. So I guess like I said, I want to hear from you guys, even if it's not right now during the live video, but just opening up that discussion. And like I said, thank you to those of you who had posted on that, I guess it was just on a wall post earlier, just kind of sharing what those experiences were for you, because I really want everyone to know that this is not a community that is going to discredit anybody's experiences. And I think that that's just important because what I'm experiencing and what anybody else is experiencing may be totally different, but we may still be feeling the exact same emotions. So learning how to vocalize those in a healthy manner, share everything, I guess what's appropriate, but sharing with one another and making sure that we have people around us, even if it's people on Facebook who live halfway across the country. It doesn't matter. I have some ladies that I talk to about, some of the struggles that I have with my own family. And, it's nice to have that, even if it is just through a Facebook community or Facebook Messenger or whatever that may be. It's kind of the one bonus, I guess, of being in that internet era, because there are no limitations. So it's great. One thing that I did kind of want to segue into, I know the last poll that we did, it was on mom guilt, but one thing that I do kind of want to touch on is the blended family piece. And this is going to be really short, and I don't want to dig too deep. It's very much surface level. But a lot of what I talk about and a lot of what I share is my two girls. Lennox is 3, Lowen is 2 months. But I do have a stepson. He's 12 years old. His name is Eli. And I don't talk much about him because we have when I say we, I say me and Eli. We have a lot of struggles with our own relationship. I've been in his life since he was 3. So it's not, new stepmom coming into town by any means. We had a pretty good relationship for a while, but it deteriorated rather quickly. And it hasn't gotten better. So I guess I just want to be as transparent as I can with you guys. If we decide to have that conversation with blended families and those struggles, we can certainly talk more about that relationship with him that I have. I'm totally open to that. And if you guys have any questions, I'm not trying to hide anything by any means. But I just know that there are people who watch who do know me personally. And I want to make sure that I'm being clear, I guess, on my family situation. And if anybody has anything that they want to share about blended families and those struggles, absolutely throw it out there. I have a stepdad myself and I love him to death, but I also know how incredibly hard it can be to be a stepmom. Not only with children who, maybe think they hang the moon, but when the situation definitely isn't that. So if you guys want to talk more about that, throw it out there. I'm definitely open to suggestions for our next live session. And I definitely think that we can talk more about mom guilt and what exactly that may look like for other people. And I plan on, I'm actually going to put something out there relatively soon, but every time that I do a live, there is a sponsor to the show, I guess, if you want to call it that. It doesn't really feel like a show, so I think that sounds kind of silly, if I'm being honest. But they are just sponsoring the content. So the name of that is, for this week, it's Organic Formula Store. So if you go to organicformula.store, what they do is they distribute European, organic European formula. So I'm going to have an offer out there that will post on the wall shortly. So if anybody is interested, you can definitely use that promo code and get a discount on any orders that you put through. So otherwise, I think I'm going to say goodnight so I can try and get this little lady maybe off of me and not scream her face off. So maybe I can get like 20 minutes to myself, but I doubt it. So, all right. Well, thanks so much, guys, for watching, and I hope to hear from you soon. Thanks.